Today we're diving into a pressing topic: 10 U.S. states that are on the verge of going broke. Financial instability in states doesn't just mean numbers on a balance sheet, it impacts infrastructure, education, healthcare, and the livelihoods of millions. This isn't just about numbers on a balance sheet. In this video, we'll explore why these states are struggling, what could happen if they fail to fix their finances, and what needs to be done to stabilize them. Please subscribe to our channel and help us create more content. Let's jump in. Our first stop on this sobering tour of fiscal instability takes us to Illinois, a state that once stood as a beacon of industrial strength and economic prosperity. Illinois faces financial instability primarily because of its overwhelming pension debt, which has surpassed $140 billion, according to the Illinois Comptroller's Office in the Chicago Tribune. This crisis stems from decades of underfunding and mismanagement, compounded by a significant emigration of residents to states with lower taxes and better financial stability. High taxes and a declining population further strain the state's economy. If Illinois were to go broke, it could lead to drastic cuts in public services, including education, transportation, and law enforcement. This would erode public trust and worsen the population exodus, creating a downward spiral of financial decline. To address these issues, Illinois needs comprehensive pension reform, more aggressive efforts to attract businesses, and tax policies that incentivize residents to stay. They are a warning sign of the challenges facing many states across the nation. The issues in Illinois could easily become the issues of other states if proactive measures are not taken. We move next to the bustling state of New York, often seen as a global financial hub, but economic struggles persist despite its wealth and prominence. New York struggles with high debt levels, a dependence on Wall Street revenues, and a high cost of living that drives residents and businesses to more affordable states. The state's financial instability has also been worsened by rising infrastructure costs and uneven economic recovery post-pandemic. If New York were to go broke, it would severely impact public transportation, law enforcement, and social services, leaving millions vulnerable. To avoid this, New York must focus on streamlining its budget, improving infrastructure to attract investments, and creating policies that reduce the cost of living to retain residents. In conclusion, New York's financial struggles highlight the challenges even the wealthiest states face when dealing with high debt and uneven revenue streams. New York needs to work toward greater fiscal stability and long-term prosperity. And next, California, often lauded as the economic powerhouse of the United States, also has its issues. Despite being one of the largest economies in the world, California's financial woes are tied to its reliance on volatile tax revenues from high-income earners, an escalating housing crisis, and rising costs for social programs. Natural disasters such as wildfires further strain its resources, costing billions annually. If California's financial issues escalate, the state could face cuts to critical programs like housing assistance, disaster response, and public education. These cuts would exacerbate inequality and push even more residents out of the state. California must implement budget diversification to stabilize revenue streams, expand affordable housing initiatives, and improve disaster preparedness to safeguard its finances. It is tough, but to turn things around, the government of California must react quickly. Our next stop takes us to Pennsylvania, a state with a rich history and a troubling present. Pennsylvania faces financial instability due to rising healthcare costs for retirees, underfunded pensions, and declining industries like coal and steel. The state's slow economic growth further exacerbates these issues, leaving less revenue to address mounting debts. If Pennsylvania's finances collapse, it would lead to significant layoffs of state employees, cuts to education funding, and reduced healthcare services for retirees. The state can address this by investing in emerging industries, such as technology and green energy, while restructuring its pension obligations to reduce long-term liabilities. To right the ship, Pennsylvania must confront its fiscal demons head-on. We journey south to Louisiana, a state known for its vibrant culture and unique challenges. Louisiana's financial troubles are tied to its reliance on oil and gas revenues, which have declined significantly in recent years. Additionally, frequent natural disasters such as hurricanes strain the state's budget and limit economic growth. If Louisiana's financial situation worsens, disaster response programs and essential public services like education and healthcare would be at risk. To fix this, Louisiana needs to diversify its economy, investing in renewable energy and tourism while creating a dedicated disaster relief fund to reduce the impact of future crises. To chart a new course, Louisiana must break its dependence on oil and gas and invest in sustainable infrastructure. We embark on a journey eastward to New Jersey, a state grappling with its own set of fiscal demons and economic challenges. New Jersey's financial troubles stem from its underfunded pension system and one of the highest tax burdens in the country. NJ.com says that deferred contributions to pensions and years of borrowing have pushed the state's liabilities past $95 billion, leaving it in a precarious position. If New Jersey's finances deteriorate further, it could face a significant reduction in public services, including education and healthcare, while struggling to pay its retirees. The state needs to implement pension reform, cap new borrowing, and focus on attracting businesses by offering tax incentives and improving its infrastructure. New Jersey must summon the political will to make the tough choices necessary to secure its future and ensure prosperity for its residents. Before we move on to number 4, please hit the like button as it helps us grow. Thank you. We journey next to Kentucky, a state steeped in rich tradition and history, but grappling with a deeply troubled financial present. Kentucky's financial challenges are largely due to underfunded pensions and an economy heavily reliant on federal aid. Many rural areas in the state struggle with stagnant growth, leaving local governments unable to meet financial obligations. If Kentucky were to go broke, public schools and healthcare services would face severe cuts, disproportionately affecting rural communities. To stabilize its finances, Kentucky must diversify its economy by investing in industries like renewable energy and technology, while addressing pension shortfalls through better funding and reform. Kentucky faces a stark choice: continue down the path of fiscal instability or embrace bold reforms. Only through innovation and resilience can Kentucky hope to turn the tide. We travel to West Virginia, a state known for its natural beauty and its struggles with poverty and economic decline. West Virginia's financial instability stems from its reliance on coal mining, a declining industry, and a shrinking population. Additionally, poor health outcomes among residents drive up state healthcare costs, putting further strain on its budget. If West Virginia's financial situation worsens, the state could see a collapse in healthcare services and public education, further discouraging growth. To reverse course, the state must focus on diversifying its economy, attracting industries like technology and clean energy, and improving public health outcomes through better access to healthcare. The Mountain State faces an uphill battle, but with the right policies, it can overcome its challenges. Our next stop takes us to Connecticut, a state once synonymous with prosperity, now burdened by a mountain of debt and a stagnant economy. The Connecticut Office of Policy and Management says that Connecticut has one of the highest per capita debt levels in the U.S., largely driven by pension and healthcare liabilities for state workers. Additionally, the state's high taxes have led to an exodus of residents and businesses, shrinking its tax base. If Connecticut's financial problems worsen, it could result in cuts to public education and infrastructure, further discouraging economic growth. To fix this, Connecticut must reform its tax policies to retain residents, reduce spending where possible, and prioritize investments in industries that can stimulate growth. The Nutmeg State can no longer afford to delay. The time for action is now. Our final stop takes us north to Alaska, a state known for its vast wilderness. Alaska is heavily dependent on oil revenues, which have declined sharply over the years. This has strained the state's budget and threatened the viability of the permanent fund dividend, a key benefit for residents. If Alaska goes broke, public services like education and infrastructure would suffer, and residents could lose their annual dividend payments, deepening economic struggles. To stabilize its economy, Alaska must diversify by investing in industries such as tourism, fisheries, and renewable energy, and reduce its reliance on oil revenues for budget stability. To navigate this crisis, Alaska must act promptly. What do you think about these financial challenges? Are there other states you believe should be on this list? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more in-depth analyses like this one. See you in the next video.